So here you see where I have the funnel there, but I have the muslin over the neck or the mouth of the bottle. And the wine is going in there slowly, but it gives it that one more chance to get to maximum clarity, which I think makes for a really nice wine. In addition, of course, to it tasting good. And I did taste it, and it tastes good. And it's not super sweet this time, which I think is a good thing. So, and before this process that I've just talked about, I made sure I sterilized each of these bottles. They've been used before, washed in the dishwasher, but just, you know, and sitting in a closed cabinet. But still, I sterilized each bottle, so that's why you see little droplets of water on them, but they're nice and clean, which is important because any little thing in processes like this can cause bacteria, and you just don't want to take that chance. So I think going the extra mile and doing the sterilization of the bottles one more time, because they were sterilized the first time they were used. But today, before putting this new batch of wine into bottles, I'm sterilizing. Even this measuring cup, because I go from the big jar or gallon jug of wine to the measuring cup, just because it's easier for me to lift this measuring cup, you know, into the funnel than it is for me to lift the jug. But even the measuring cup I sterilized as well. So this gadget is what puts the cork into the bottle in a very secure way. So you load the cork in like that, and then I'm going to sit the bottle on the floor actually, because a lot of pressure will be put on it as I push down on this. And so the directions tell you to set the bottle on the floor. So I'll come back and we'll talk some more. Okay, let's see if we can do this here. We're going to put this right on top of the bottle. The cork is already in the cork applicator, and I'm going to push down until I feel that the pressure is released, and there it is. The cork is in the bottle top. It's in the neck of the bottle. So after you've poured the wine, you're going to get down to the bottom of the jug, and that's just sediment, so you want to stop pouring at that point. Even the pour just before that, you can tell it's cloudier, and so I doubled the muslin, doubled the cloth to, you know, double strain it, and we'll see. This will probably taste okay, just to be a little cloudy. So there we have 8 bottles of wine that we made from the 1 gallon jug. And now we're going to put, I love this part. I don't know why this part really is exciting. I guess it was always a mystery to me how those bands that I think they call capsules, how they stayed on and how they were so tight. So you have a couple of ways you can do it. Some people put it on there like that and then use a hair dryer, and that heat shrinks it, okay? But I'm going to use the steam method. So I drop it on there, and then I'm going to take it over here to a pan of water that I have on the stove. I'm going to dip it in there quickly, and I'll come back. And there we go. You can see it's wet, so you can see where I dipped it in the pan of water that's on the stove, and you can tell that it's conformed to the shape of the bottleneck. So that's how I shrink mine, but you can use the hair dryer method. So the last step will be to put labels on. Some of these bottles already have labels from the last vintage, I guess I should say. And the new bottles will need labels. So just make sure you wipe them down really well, because we've just plunged them into the water. So I'm going to dry them off, and then we'll put labels. And you know, you just order your custom labels or design your own. Rochella is my middle name.
Modern Jazz on iHeartRadio.
That's it. Be very sure to keep your wine in a cool, dark place. That is really, really important to retain the good flavor. So I put some in my cellar and some in a cabinet in the kitchen, but just cool and dark. And if you're hanging it in a wine rack, then ideally, hanging it so it's at an angle where the mouth of the bottle points downward just a little bit. That's another suggestion, of course, for all wines.